The key innovation of this 10th edition is a new format. And until now, we only had essays in English, about 3,000 to 5,000 words about ethics in finance. And now we open the prize to video format. So you are welcome to submit a video of 15 to 20 minutes. It doesn't need to be a professional video, but it must be well argumented, well structured, with conclusion, with some clarity. Also, it would be good if you submit a video that we see the references that you use to make your arguments. So you can add your preferences at the end of the video, or you can add it on a separate sheet of paper. But that's the key innovation. We have essays, that's the traditional way, and now we have a video format as a possibility to submit. So who can apply? Everybody under 35 years old. We welcome professionals and academics. It must be unpublished contributions. And when the deadline for this 10th edition is the 17th March 2025. So you still have plenty of time to prepare your essay or your video. And how to submit your contribution? You just need to go to our website, ethicsinfinance.org, and there you have all the information, and you can fill in the formula to apply for the petition.
The main reason why I say that tech is not neutral, it's probably something you've heard before, technology is like a hammer. You can use it to either like build a house or break a skull. So it can either be good or bad. It depends on the people. It sounds like I say this half jokingly, like the NRA slogan, it's like gun don't kill people, people kill people. And so it's just like, okay, it's only the people using it it's going to affect the way that technology can be either good or bad. And I believe that's completely wrong. In the paper that is submitted for so a couple of years ago, there's two things I urged. Is one about the governance, the other one is about the vision. I'll address in a minute. But I strongly believe that every company should have a multidisciplinary ethics committee. And I put it between brackets, but I shouldn't. Actually, I should have bolded it and put it like size 55, like with a real mandate. There's a really thin line between having a proper ethical approach and doing ethics washing, and just make sure that you're on the right side of that line. Having an ethics committee with people gathering just to discuss around coffee about ethical issues, but having zero mandate or not the ability to veto any decision. It's not an ethics committee. It's just a group of friends and potentially using the company money to discuss ethical questions, but it's not an ethics committee. So I strongly urge any company to build this and give the company a real mandate.
In the 20 years, I would say I feel like ethics is in a better place than when we started. Almost every day there's something, ethics is mentioned in the news. People talk about social license and use other words that are proxies, I think, for ethics, like they talk about trust and honesty and whether something is fair. So in some ways, I feel we're in a better position. I feel we can use some of the new things like technologies and AI capabilities for good, hopefully, that can assist people that are working in the field of ethics in finance.
Of course, one aspect which is also very important is the performance and reward system within an organization. So if people are awarded because they take a lot of risk, this is, of course, not the right thing to do.
If a country or a location has higher physical climate risk, they're more likely to have a flood, a wildfire, to be inundated by rising sea levels. That will increase their cost of capital. Yet that region is probably, in general, those regions tend to be less wealthy and have historically contributed less to causing climate change. That's hugely unjust in a way that doesn't align with what we would ethically like to see in the world in terms of addressing climate change.
Young people place a high value on transparency. So having that kind of broader ethical understanding, whether it's kind of your ethical CV, if you like, or having an open culture where decisions are explained transparently. Simone talked about tone from the top. I think that is really, really important. I think it's perfectly legitimate, in my view, for organisations to pursue economic purposes, but the reality is that it needs to be rooted in the wider impact on society. Frankly, as employers, we need to do that. People want to work on bigger, meaningful missions rather than just making money on the whole. So I think we need to do that so that we attract people.
I've always felt actually that I would love if more remuneration and reward structures rewarded people for being ethical and reduced the emphasis on profit. So some type of balancing out there, I think, would be good progress, along with trying to recruit different types of people into the finance sector with a range of backgrounds rather than just people that are focused on the numbers.
Fantastic. Simone.
I would say that we need more ethical training at schools already. What is ethics in finance? This is something that students need to know. And of course, in organizations such as banks, starting from the onboarding, from the new employees, going on with training. And yeah, for me, this is the most important thing.
Lovely. Julie.
Modernizing financial policy and regulation to better address the current challenges of our time is very important. I think it would be due humility for us to recognize that the financial system was designed in a way to meet certain needs, but could, of course, have missed meeting others. And I think that's very important for us to remedy straight from the top.
Lovely. Ross, final thought.
For me, I think I'm always a fan of bottom-up change. So actually, as new people come through and provide new ideas about how to tackle these old problems, I think we need to listen to them. I think central to that will be thinking about what is the purpose of work and how we want to act in the workplace. So I think we can do that with lots of good ideas, hopefully coming through from the prize, the people applying to win the prize.